Hello, I'm Cathy. I've had rheumatoid arthritis now for many, many years. I'm trying to work out how old I am, 48. Yes, I've had it a long, long time. I was diagnosed initially in my right knee, but since my original diagnosis it's spread to all my joints, and in fact my knees are probably my least affected joints now. My worst affected joints is my neck, my shoulders and my hands and wrists, and I've had numerous operations on those. I was trying to work it out, and I think averages out about one operation a year for about the past 13, 14 years, so it's kept me busy. I know people think of arthritis as an old person's disease and all about bones, but rheumatoid arthritis is so much more than that. And I think people forget that. So they see you and you look okay, but inside your body's literally attacking itself, and that causes, for me, the tiredness is incredible. I can't, I can be in bed by 7, and even if I manage to sleep, which is a rarity, you never get a refreshing sleep, so you're tired all the time, and it prevents you from doing a lot of stuff. But if I say to people I can't work, they'll look at me and I feel like I have to justify myself and go into a long explanation as to why I can't work. But I'm too unreliable. I can feel okay in the morning, and then an hour or two later I'm exhausted or a joint swelled up. So it's an unpredictable disease, and it can change hour by hour. And I think also because your body is constantly fighting itself, it's like when you have the flu and your body's fighting to get rid of it. You're tired, aren't you, because your body's fighting it? Well, that's what's happening to people with RA, but that's all the time. So just because you can't see what's going on inside, don't be fooled by everyone's appearance. It's a tiring, hard disease. The year before I was diagnosed, a girl a year older than me was diagnosed, and so I knew this girl vaguely, and I can remember people at school thinking that was fabulous. She was so lucky because she didn't have to do any sport. And I can actually remember saying to people, no, that's awful. It sounds horrible. I would hate to have that. And then of course the following year I was diagnosed with it. So but before I knew this girl, I just assumed that it was a bone disease, an old age disease. I hadn't realised until this girl got it that it affected younger people. And then of course once you know someone like that, you then hear about other things and much younger children getting it as well, which is awful. But one of the things I'm still learning about it now, because when I was diagnosed you didn't have access to the internet as you do now, so you couldn't go and find out loads of different things. And I think one of the things I hadn't realised that was caused through the arthritis and also through the medication that I'm on is depression. And when I look back now, when I was first diagnosed, and I look back and think I was just, my parents used to call me a moody person, but I look back and I think, hang on, I was fighting a chronic illness and I was on some steroids and all sorts of other stuff, so it wasn't all my fault as though I'd been made to feel that it was. And I still think that now sometimes. I do suffer with depression, and the way I deal with it, I tend to just really withdraw into myself. I can't phone people, I just can't do that. And I have lost a lot of friends through that because they just think I'm just not bothering, when in fact I physically can't do it because my mind won't let me do it. And I didn't realise that was all part of arthritis either.